Welcome to Moviefone's Unscripted and AOL's Black Voices. I'm Mark Wahlberg. I'm here with Antoine Fuqua, the director of the film that we're here to discuss, Shooter. We're going to take some of your questions and we're going to ask some of our own. All right, I'll start with the first question. This is from Tommy in San Francisco. Shooter was a project that was in development for a very long time. What finally got it made?
I have no idea, Tommy. Probably Mark. Probably Mark got it made. The fact that he wanted to do it. And then they brought me on as a director.
Well, we were talking about doing one script together, and we were looking at that and trying to figure out how we can make that work. It was more like a two-hander. And then I read Shooter,
right.
And it was also at the same studio, and Lorenzo, who produced Shooter, was producing the other movie. We said, well, we really like this one as well, and they'd always been talking about making it, and then they were asked Antoine if he was interested in making this one instead of the other one, and next thing you know, we pulled the old switcheroo.
Pulled the trigger.
And bang, Shooter.
There you go, Shooter. All right. Did you know much about precision rifles before doing this film, and what kind of training did you do to play a Marine sniper?
I didn't know much about precision shooting. I'd done a lot of action movies. I'd done a lot where I handled weapons, but I'd never done any sort of sniper training. So we basically dove right in. We wanted to be as completely prepared as possible. We didn't want to have to be asking consultants for information on the set. We wanted it to all seem like it was second nature. So we went to Front Sight in Nevada, and basically we had a crash course in Marine sniper training. And there's only, 5 or 6 men on the planet at any given time that are capable of making shots like that.
From a mile.
Yeah.
A bullseye
and beyond,
from a mile, yeah. And beyond, yeah.
We shot in several cities and in all types of weather. What were the most challenging scenes to shoot in this film?
I think the most challenging scene was the glacier because of being on ice all day, and everything had to get helicoptered up there, all the equipment, my Technocrane, which is my baby, all the actors up at 4 and 5 in the morning, and then just the idea of the weather could change any second. And which happened on the last day.
Literally go from 80 degrees when there was no cloud cover, and then the clouds would roll in and it would drop to like 35 degrees.
Right. Yeah, in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So
and no trailers, no massage rooms, no nothing.
No coffee.
Where's all the Hollywood stuff, man? I was like, this is not the movie I signed up to make. Where's my trailer? Where's the entourage? It was like, you couldn't bring anybody up there with you. You had to bring whatever food you could.
Yep.
But it was awesome. It was, you really wanted to feel like you were in the elements, and you definitely were.
What was the most difficult scene for you, Mark?
I'd have to say probably the farmhouse. All the action, just all the dust and everything, and then
the dust, the explosions.
Sergeant constantly on me,
right.
Right. If you got to jam while you're moving, you're in motion. Sometimes I'm not on camera and he's still giving me, technical tips. I'm like, yeah.
You couldn't rest in your trailer, you wanted to practice.
Come knocks on the door. Really got to practice that reload.
Right. That looked great on film, though.
But no, and you know what? The great thing is nobody would let me be lazy, and I think if I ever get to that point in my career where I'm being lazy, then I know I'm going to be in trouble because, it seems difficult when you're making it, but, the 2 days after it's over, you kind of forget about all the pain and the discomfort,
right.
and the movie lasts a lifetime. You don't want to feel like you compromised in any way because then you have to live with that for the rest of your life.
That's right, you do. You've worked with many directors. Was there anything unique about your experience working with Antoine Fuqua?
Well, yes, I just learned how to properly pronounce your last name. I always say Fuqua. Fuqua. But, yes, you are by far the biggest workaholic that I've ever worked with.
Really?
And the most committed, yeah. With Marty, you show up at 10 in the afternoon and get a massage, and we talk for a little bit, and we shoot for 2 hours, and then everybody go home. With you, it was like, do I ever get to go home?
Yeah. Well,
for a movie of this size, because like I said, I read the script every day, because I had to know all the dialogue and be prepared for the unexpected. And it didn't matter how much we jumped around. It seemed like you read the script every day too. I just didn't understand how there was enough time in the day for you to do all the things that you do and still eat food, put on clean clothes,
You
shave.
still on the clean clothes thing?
Yeah, I just think, for somebody who works that hard, you have to look like a homeless person. And you stay as fresh as they get. So I didn't...
That's nice, Mark.
I'm trying to learn some secrets there.
Is that right?
So what was your funniest day on the set?
Probably with Danny Glover on the glacier.
All right, let me tell them what happened. There's a scene, we're on the glacier, and Danny's supposed to say, "I won, you lost, get used to it. I'm gonna get back to doing what I'm doing, and you're gonna die lethal injection."
Right.
So it's Danny's close up, and he looks at me with a straight face, and he goes, "I'm gonna go back to doing what I'm doing, and you're gonna die of a lethal weapon."
And the whole crew fell out.
He fell out. He realized what he said. Everybody else was just kind of shocked. They didn't want to laugh and didn't want to make him feel bad. And
right.
obviously, he was just as tickled by it as anybody else.
In the past year, you've played a football player, a cop, and now a Marine sniper. Which character is most like yourself?
Well, I always try to bring a little bit of myself to each character. I think in this particular role, the intensity and the commitment to his beliefs are probably most similar to me. I think in The Departed, obviously, I got to bring so much real-life experience to the part. I think most of my childhood played a huge, was a huge part of my character and the way I played him. But this one's probably the furthest away in a number of respects as well, which is why it, required so much preparation.
Yeah.
So much research and homework.
Yeah, I can see that. When I watched the movie, I could see a lot of you in him, in Bob Lee, that if something like that was to happen to you, I could see you doing exactly that. Having a drive to make it through, having that sort of discipline, you know what I mean? If you wanted to be a Marine sniper, you could, if you wanted to, because you were out there. You were out there nailing it the first day.
Well, when I got in trouble as a kid, my oldest brother was married at the time, and his wife's father was a gunnery sergeant in the Marines, and her brother was a sergeant in the Marines, and they helped me to get out of jail, because we didn't have the bail money, and they tried to get me to join the Marines. Unfortunately, they wouldn't take me because I didn't have a high school diploma, but I think had I, because I really, at that point, I really wanted to turn my life around, and I wasn't proud of the things that I was doing, and I wanted something to help me turn my life around. So thankfully, I wasn't able to go, but if I was, I would probably be a sergeant in the Marines right now.
There you go, yeah.
Okay, well, I want to thank Antoine, Moviefone, all you guys for sending your questions. We appreciate it very much. Make sure you go check out Shooter, March 16th, theaters everywhere.
That's right.
It is awesome. It was truly one of my best experiences, and I think it's going to be hard for me to top this movie. It was an honor, it really was, to work with you, to get in there, because you're a guy that I know doesn't take any BS, and we were both in it for the same reasons. And
that's right.
I'm extremely proud of it and proud to have worked with you.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Mark.